Oh, the music. I don't have any music here on here. Hold on. Just a second, everybody. There. There we go. Good morning. No, 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 no. Gonna just knock my microphone out the way. So, good morning, everybody. I'm still waiting to see if anybody says anything about the Cowboys. Good morning, Vic. This is probably the out of what's happened this season so far. This is probably the best case scenario. For us to know that our system and everything that we're doing in Dallas doesn't work at all. That would have been a little more shocking to the system. Hey, man. Hey. Oh, no, no. She's eating a bone. That would have been a little bit more shocking to the system, and we would have been in more of a frantic mode this offseason. But what we're doing is not a total failure. What we're doing is not just falling apart and what they want it to be. What they want it to be. It's not what they want it to be. And the fact that our system is holding up, where our players are dropping off like flies. I mean, yesterday we lost. I mean, we were already good morning, Charles. We were already underdogs in that game versus the Panthers. That's why I kept saying the underdog Cowboys versus the Panthers. But we were already underdogs in that game versus the Panthers yesterday for this week. And then we heard about Diggs being gone for the season. So we've lost Overshawn and Diggs from last week's defense. And our defense still did pretty well. And Bryce Young, everybody's going to revert to saying the Carolina Panthers suck now. But the past 2 weeks, everybody's been talking up the Panthers because versus the Eagles and versus the Chiefs, Bryce Young looked much different than he did versus our defense. Whether you want to admit it or not, he looked much better than he did against our defense. So there's something in Dallas that's working. And if people don't like that, I don't understand. I don't get it. What's up, C? Good morning. Monday morning after victory is always good. Always good. Maybe we don't get Ashton Genty, but that's okay. I'll roll with a Scatterboo. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of running backs I'll roll with. It's just that us seeing Osa's going to be a free agent after the season. We have to resign Osa. Osa's playing for Zimmer. And that's what Zimmer wants to see right there. And Osa wants to stay in Dallas, yada, yada, yada. Pay that man. And that's one of the people that 11 will make sure that he help out if he can to make sure he bring him back. Yes, Charles Williams. End of seasons always translate into the next season. The way the end of season happens, it translates into the next season. This season we ended like this. And it's not just because of the Green Bay game. We didn't play well last year down the stretch. Our only saving grace where we wasn't playing great teams down the stretch, and the Philadelphia Eagles were losing down. They fell apart down the stretch. So that was a double thing that happened to us last year. But when we went to the playoffs, we knew that we wasn't turning it on and playing good football going into the playoffs. And that translated, that went into the playoffs as a bad playoff game, and it translated into a bad season, this bad start this season. But usually if we stop the season, even when you lose in the playoffs, if you lose playing hard, it's still the same thing. If you're playing hard and playing well at the end of the season, a lot of the times that stuff translates. So I'm hoping this translates for us. Victory Monday. Yeah, that's Big DZ. I don't know. Mondays after a win are so much better just to keep people quiet because they just like They can't wait for a Cowboy loss so they can have some jokes. Osa prime definition of draft develop play then pay. Yeah, I'm all for paying Osa. I mean, especially this is the standard. This is their standards. This is what they do, and for him to be playing hard in this moment shows a lot about his character. I know he's playing for a contract too, but still, he's playing hard in this moment, and he's making things happen in this moment. So, Osa, he can raise his game. Pay him his money. Good morning, Sheila. Enoch, what's up? Pray it does, because, yeah, 95 was a long time ago. Yep. Good morning, Christy. Good morning. So it didn't, nothing. I don't really care about making the playoffs, but I kind of love to see the Cowboys thing still in the playoffs. You know, I love to see that for some reason. But yesterday, I think the way things happened with the Commanders and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to be even a shot for us to make the playoffs at all, which is fine. I don't want to be in there. There's nothing we can do in the playoffs. Happy victory Monday to you too, Isaiah. Yeah, got to take the good with the bad while this team is getting evaluating players. But I like it, man. Tolbert. Let's evaluate some players this morning from that game. Tolbert. What are you guys thinking of Tolbert? Because, I mean, he was struggling there for a minute, but then him and Cooper, for them to both, come together on that touchdown pass was really good. So I want to keep hope alive with Tolbert. Where was Mingo? This was the game, Mingo. Jonathan Mingo. This was the game. You should have had yourself together, Jonathan Mingo. This is the game where you should have been studying all week. You should have been preparing. It should have been circled. It should have been whatever you had to show, Jonathan Mingo. You should have showed us this past week. So now I've dropped severely. I mean, like C just said, Tolbert is he doesn't give you any energy. And you are securely behind Tolbert. And you are a better prospect than Tolbert, Mingo. So, Tolbert got that nice TD. Mingo's got nothing. And these are positions that I'm telling you, we have to upgrade Cooks, Tolbert, Mingo, all those guys. If they come back next year, they got to be better next year. Cooks, I don't think we can bring back. But if Tolbert comes back next year, he's got to be better. Or we got to find somebody better than Tolbert. Same with Mingo. Yeah, right now I'm seeing Tolbert as a 3 at best. I do not see him as a 2. But yeah, Mingo, this was the game where Mingo should have been like working and saying, I got to show this team that got rid of me. But you didn't show them anything. You were a non-issue. Good morning, Kathy. I'm so happy too. Yes. Jalen Brooks. Now, thank you, Kathy. Jalen Brooks, whom I loved. Kathy will have my back when we was there, saw him live in training camp. He looked really, 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 really good. And Jalen Brooks, man. Jalen Brooks looks as good as Tolbert, if not better. He's just not as high of a draft pick as Tolbert and Mingo. But hey, little girl, go back over there. Nothing over here for you. Nothing's over here for you. What's up, JJ? But thank you, Kathy. Yes, we have to bring Tolbert. Tolbert had a great catch. Tolbert with Dak might be okay if they get a better number 2 and number 3 receiver. Yeah. I'm telling you, I still think we need like a Tez Johnson or a just somebody over there that's going to be a threat at number 2 to keep our offense honest, and then a running game. Okay, Bear said he still believes in Mingo. Bear said, and I like this with Mingo. Bear said, go watch our runs and you will see Mingo on the field blocking. No. Tobin and Brooks are as soft as cotton. Hey, man, leave my boy Brooks out of this, man. Hey, Brooks was a late round draft pick, and he's fighting. He's fighting for a roster spot, so leave him out of this. Tolbert, Tolbert is the one who walked in and said he's going to change the culture. That was that guy. Okay. What? Art Gutierrez says, "Do I feel confident that Rico being our third down back next year?" No, Art. We cannot afford Rico. Rico has earned himself a really nice contract. I mean, he almost got 200 yards in the game, and I don't think it's going to stop with Rico. I think Rico's going to have these last 3 games. I think Rico's going to have big games in all 3. I don't see anybody really stopping him and shutting down Rico. So if that happens, Rico is going to get the Jaguars, going to give or the Raiders or the somebody is going to give him a nice contract, a very nice contract. We just can't do it. We can't afford to do it. Kathy, that's what I'm gonna look in today to see how we can get into these playoffs and see what we have to root for. But if we don't make the playoffs, I'm fine. It's because of that draft pick. That's when the draft pick gets really muddy, because if we stay right outside the playoffs, then we're certain to be picking like 18, 19, 20 or whatever. But if we go into the playoffs, and it's teams like Detroit. I mean, with Cooper Rush, I think we can beat Philadelphia with Cooper Rush. I hope we can beat Philadelphia with Cooper Rush. That would make my whole season if we can beat Philadelphia with Cooper Rush. That's my Super Bowl right there. If we can beat Philadelphia with Cooper Rush, but going through the playoffs with Cooper Rush, that's a even yesterday, he played great yesterday, but we saw his limitations yesterday easily. And outside of that one beautiful play that he made, which was awesome. Best pass of the year for Cooper Rush. But yeah, you can see confidence in Rico. Art, we have to let him go because he makes too much money. He's gonna command too much money on the free agent market. You know, players are overvalued on the free agent market, so Rico is going to get his value plus on the free agent market. That's why I say he's beyond what we can. We need to focus on Osa right now, because that's happening to Osa too. Osa's value is going up like crazy too. So we need to attack that and get Osa paid. It's kind of like my philosophy. It's like whatever genuinely good pieces we have on the offense and defensive line, we need to make sure we're secure, and then we need to add on to the offensive and defensive lines. These running backs, wide receivers, cornerbacks, safeties, all those guys can come from the draft. I mean, not all of them at once, but you know what I'm saying. All those positions you can get from the draft as a rookie, and they can be as productive as Rico, as productive as Cooks, as productive as Tolbert, as productive as Mingo. You know what I'm saying? You can get somebody straight after draft that can go do that. Why am I on drugs again? What did I say messed up, L. Jennings? Yeah, I agree with Bear. I am happy for Rico because Rico's about to get paid. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, I'm a Rico fan. Rico's from my hometown. I just know the game, the numbers and the salaries of the games. Right now, I'm pulling for Rico to get paid. That's the number one thing I'm rooting for Rico to be paid, because he's at a position where you can only get paid for a short little window, and they will use you up and they will spit you out at running back. So right now he's got a little window, get as much money, gouge the organization you go to, and get paid as much. We're just not in a position to pay a running back, a backup, somebody that's going to be a backup for us next year, because we're going to get a starter moving forward. Unless we somehow think Rico is our guy moving forward, and we compliment him with somebody else. That's the only other reason. And if Rico gets a 200-yard game, another 200-yard game, then hey, he's going to have a heck of an argument of being the guy in Dallas. It does excite you, Kathy? Yeah, Maris is King Charles Maris is a definite hidden gem. And thank goodness we get to see him. We're gonna get to see him a lot, and he's gonna be huge at the beginning of next season until Overshawn gets back. Oh, we can beat Philly with Rush. We can. I'm not being clouded about that amazing game Philadelphia had yesterday. Philadelphia and the Buffalo Bills both had amazing football games yesterday, and my haterism is just boiling. I cannot hate on either team this Monday. I can just enjoy my Cowboy win. But I said what I said, L. Jennings. I said what I said. That's what I say. Hey, Bear, the only way Rico stays, Bear, is if Rico's the man and we supplement Rico with another running back. And you know what? I'm telling you, with the 3 games left in the season and the way Rico's been running to this point, he's got a valid case for that. That's why he's going to get paid in the offseason. So if we said, hey, Rico is going to be our number one, I think Rico is going to be our number one, then let's go. Yeah, we can definitely draft 2 running backs, and they can be a little duo moving forward. And we have seen a running back in Dallas get a whole bunch of yards and just let him walk away and draft a running back in Ezekiel Elliott. We let DeMarco Murray go and got Ezekiel Elliott, and it was fine. Yeah, I saw Clay. Enoch. Yeah, I said that during my stream yesterday about how CD has 1,000 yards already. I was like, wow, CD's got 1,000 yards already? Right before they started talking about it. Oh, Kathy, I love Genty. Genty is my favorite. However, there are some like for instance, Rico and Scatterboo. Just picture that in your head. Kathy, there's a running back for Arizona State. His name is Scatterboo, and he's just as physical gets. He punches people in the face when he runs. He's that physical. So if you have a physical running back like that with Rico, that's the only thing we're missing is the explosion. We miss what Saquon has as far as this guy. He can take one carry to the house. Rico is like that 20 yards, whatever, he can get busy in that 20 yards. But for him to be able to be that guy, to be able to take it to the house, we don't have the Gibbs in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that thing. Offensive line. The offensive line need to be studied. They went from bad to good this year. When they lost players, you lose your Hall of Famer and you get better. What you eating on? Yeah, Jay Recruiter. He's like Marion Barber, but more vocal and cockier, way cockier than Marion Barber ever has been. Like Scatterboo says, he's the best running back in the country, and when he says it, you go, yeah, yes, you are the best running back in the country. But then you're like, no, he's not the best, but I like his attitude. He's that guy. I wouldn't say, don't call him slow recruiter unless you can outrun him. Rico's not slow. He's he doesn't have breakaway speed. That's what we need. A big play running back. Exactly, Bear. That's the only thing. That's the only main reason why I would move on from Rico is if I had a sights on a Genty or one of these running backs that can like take one handoff to the house. It's kind of, you know what it is? I got you. You know who it is? It's Atlanta before they got Bijan, because they already had I can't even pronounce his name. Algiers. They had Algiers, and Algiers was already a 1,000-yard rusher before they got Bijan. But Algiers wasn't a guy that's going to take one carry to the house and be dynamic and all that kind of stuff. Bijan is that guy. So they got Bijan to go with this guy, and then they have a pretty good running game. Yeah, Bear says, I'm 100% Bear. Bear is agreed. Our offense needs explosiveness, in my opinion. And but Bear, Turpin is explosive. And I think we found some plays in the offense to use Turpin in. Turpin is not a wide receiver. So we do need an explosive wide receiver. If we get one explosive wide receiver that can take it to the house, have Turpin as a gadget, and then have one running back that can take it to the house, the explosiveness in our offense would be insane. Because those three players, Turpin, the wide receiver that can get busy, and the running back that can get busy, they would have field days. Because Dak, Ferguson, CD, they're going to do their work. So, yes, man, I did not hate that Turpin at running back. He needs a little better. He needs to work at that a little bit. Play some Madden, get that vision better. But there was one play where who was it for the Panthers? It was Jersey Jewell. He just luckily grabbed him because there was nothing past that for Turpin. So if Turpin had beat Jewell, he would have been gone for a touchdown. Jim, nope. Yes, I want us to be able to steal big yards. Yeah, big crunch. Because we don't have a quarterback that can do that. Right, Bear? We don't have a quarterback. Dak is not going to be – they're not going to ask Dak to take off and run and get those big runs like Josh Allen. That's what was killing me yesterday. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, if they don't have nothing that they want, like short, it's so smart the way they're playing. If they don't have something short, they take off running. And they become a serious problem when they run the ball. Oh, you did? Fulton said you knew you would be Panthers? Good job. Yeah, I think Zach's got to go, right? Zach, just go ahead and retire. It's not like, man, we don't have Zach this year. Offensive line is trash. That's not the narrative. What are you looking? What are you eating? The defense gave a stupid wide open pass. Yeah. Yeah, I hope. It's just like they've missed the boat on Dak, man. Dak, it's just like maybe he wouldn't have been as good of a passer if they let him focus more on his running, but they just told him not to run. And I don't understand how you tell a quarterback that is so good at running, just don't run no more. That's the one thing. That's the one thing because, and I tell you why. It's like one of the worst things in our offense with our Dak Prescott offense is the third and shorts. When it's 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2, those are just passing downs. And if you got a quarterback like Josh and Hurts that will go back and they pass on those downs and they have nothing, and then they instantly turn into a running back, and the defensive line has to change on a dime from pass rusher to run defender against a great runner, then, that would help us huge. That would help us in a very big way. But we don't have that in our arsenal. So every 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, we're throwing the ball and hoping for the best. Yeah, the way Dak should have been used in the NFL is pretty much wasted at this point, unless he can become a runner again. Because you literally have to run the football. That is how Patrick Mahomes got to the Super Bowl. It was on those 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, and they go back in the pocket and they have nothing. Then they just start moving and they get the ball past the sticks so they can keep the drive going. We are frozen into a passing situation every 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, stuff like that. And if you don't have the quarterback that's going to take that ball and run when there's nothing open instead of trying to force something in there, then we're done. And the thing is sad is Dak isn't Goff. Dak isn't Darnold. Dak isn't one of these running backs and one of these quarterbacks who physically can't do it. They just don't want him to do it. You don't have to be Cam. Cam was a battering ram. Cam is pretty much what Josh Allen is doing right now. But Irv, he was as close to Cam as the college football scene has seen since Cam. He was the one Heisman Trophy person that was doing similar things that Cam. Hurts was running yesterday, Sadiq. But then Hurts also was hitting those short passes yesterday. What I'm just saying, when you go back and if you don't have exactly what you want, you take off running. He had what he wanted and he was hitting it. Hurts had a great game yesterday. Oh, you said Allen. I see. I hear what you're saying, Irv. Allen is big and Mike can take those hits, but he ain't Cam. Yeah, Allen is not Cam. I thought you said Dak ain't Cam, which definitely ain't Cam. Josh Allen is far more Cam than Dak is. Yeah, Hurts was moving the pocket yesterday. Hurts was playing good football. He really was. It was really annoying to watch, and it was annoying. Not sure. See, this injury did not come from running, so I can't see you. I can see them using. We don't want Dak to get hurt. He just got hurt. We don't want to get him hurt because smart people know you can get hurt in the pocket just as easy as you can get hurt running the football because you're exposed in the pocket. at that point where he was trying to make something happen because he was feeling rushed and he strained his body. You can be like this, like in the Georgia quarterback, and get hit in your arm and strain your arm. There's so many ways you can get hurt in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? And so running the ball is kind of like a way to keep yourself safe, because if you think that if you feel it comes down on you and you have a crease, you can take that crease. The Eagles struggle with the team Dallas toyed with. I can explain that easy, Irv. Irv asked, the Eagles struggled with the team that Dallas toyed with. Make it make sense. Yes, football's crazy, and anybody can win on any given Sunday. And also, narratives are built around the football season. The football season is mainly chance and bad calls versus good calls. You know what I'm saying? It's like the real season is something different, but the narratives are built around that. So especially if you happen to win a bunch of games, they're going to talk about you like you're this much better than this team when you really aren't. You just had, like Kansas City. Kansas City just had a lot of good stuff happen for them this season. They could be different. Their record could be much different, and the narrative about Kansas City would be so different. Just from chance and luck. That's the greatest explanation in the world. Just from chance and luck and bad officiating, the Chiefs could be here or here. And wherever they drop is where the narrative falls. So they're up here, so the narratives are like the Chiefs are going to repeat. That's everybody feels that because of 12-1, the record, the way that people talk about the Chiefs, all that kind of stuff. But in reality, the Chiefs are a couple lucky plays, a couple of bad calls, a couple of weird situations away from being, a 5-loss team. Yeah, you'd rather be lucky than good. Exactly, Leandro. That's what makes football so good. Exactly, Irv. It does. It does. I was about to say that Just Jab. Just Jab said more injuries happen while the quarterback is in the pocket, and I agree. I think there's a more sinister reason why they don't want quarterbacks to run, but that's I'm gonna keep that in my pocket. But because I think it's going away now, because Josh Allen is breaking all norms. What Cam used to do yesterday, they now talk about it and respect it. Like when Cam was doing it, they were trying to fix Cam and turn Cam into more of a passer. They not even thinking about trying to fix Josh or Hurts. Take what you got. If you ain't got it, take your big old butt down the field. And yeah, they are what their record are. Yeah, but because your record, you build the narrative off the record. So if you 12-1, this is the best team in the league right here. Bring them down. Don't ask how they got 12-1. That's not the point. Oh, he come up cocky. Jalen Hurts said, "Oh, that's what y'all want to see." His first 200-yard passing game. They all cocky now. He got 110 yards receiving. I'm ready for the Eagles. Come on, man. I'm ready for them. I'm ready for the Eagles. I'm ready. No, Josh Allen and I was telling my mom that. I said if I was a safety, I would dream of just hitting Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Would dream of it. And it's because of Josh Allen is a perfection as the fake slide. I hate it. You think McCarthy keeps up? He's gonna try Bailey. 80-yard field goal. They're trying to make fun of Aubrey on the internet for his 70-yard attempt. It was pretty bad. What's up, Frank? The Eagles been a good team for a while. Dak owns them. Yeah, I want Cooper to own. What's up, Spark? I was just about to leave, man. Eagles by 25, L. Jennings. Cooper Rush got something for you. L. Jennings, to be honest, I do really like the way we're playing. We're playing consistent, good football week after week after week. And really should have won last week. That was probably a saving grace because we would be definitely in the playoff conversation this week. With Cooper Rush. I know, right? You better be a big one if you run up on Josh. But Josh does that thing, too. He acts like he's going to slide, and then he pulls up and keeps running. I'm like, come on. No, I am on team Arch Manning, L. Jennings. I'm on team. Wait a minute, no. JJ, I'm on team Arch Manning. So I'm not so. I do think we need to upgrade Cooper Rush. I really do because this season we could have made a playoff push if we had a quarterback a little bit better than Cooper Rush. We could have made if we had a quarterback that can actually throw the ball downfield and had the brain of Cooper Rush or whatever, then. Because I said upgrade Cooper. I didn't say upgrade Cooper. So you have to upgrade Cooper, you have to do what Cooper can do, but have better tools. And if we had a quarterback that can do what Cooper can do, that had better tools, we could have made a playoff push this year. Yeah. Chris Warren said the fact that we had great quarterback play since 2006 and only 4 playoff wins to show for it is a failure of the Cowboys ownership and nobody else. Exactly. They're not putting the right people around these. They're not putting the right people in place. They're not putting the right people in charge. The Jason Garrett project was a real failure. I mean, a massive failure. I mean, we got absolutely nothing from Jason Garrett but a whole bunch of years. Yeah, Herb, I'm great. I don't think nobody wants to play Dallas right now. Yeah. If you need a win, you don't want to play Dallas. No, I don't think Cooper would have done better. I think Cooper is maxed out with I think McCarthy got a lot out of Cooper. I just think Cooper's main thing was his arm strength, getting the ball down the field. Like, for instance, in that Cincinnati game, which we say we should have won or whatever, if Cincinnati had punted that football at the end of the football game, there's no way Cooper would have passed that ball down the field. We just don't have that aspect of our offense to score at the end of halves and end of games with Cooper Rush. What's up, me mug? I think so, C.S. Bailey. Jason Garrett was a big block of time that equaled nothing. Man, I hope Woodson gets in, Fullen. Yeah, Dallas might win at least 2 of them, Irv. You know, I'll give Philly. The Commanders were not a commanding presence yesterday. You know, they really could have been beaten. And who did Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay looked good yesterday, but still, they could be beaten. I'm interested. I'm plugged in. I was about to go. What's my Andron Hemingway asked me what my thoughts are on Trayvon. Do you think he's going to be ready week 1 season and possibly training camp? Antron, I have a strange feeling about. That's why I asked his situation as far as contract. Can he be moved? Because for us to just like shelf Trayvon, it was like we don't want to expose him to any more views like he had versus Cincinnati. If he was hurt, we don't want to know. If he was hurt and we know we was going to keep him, we could let him play through it and get himself better and all this kind of stuff. We wouldn't care about how he looked. But Diggs looked really bad, and they pulled him. So that's a little so I don't know if Diggs is going to be here just because we have a new defensive coordinator, and those aren't his type corners. Diggs isn't a Zimmer type corner. So next year we might have a Zimmer type secondary, and I have no problem with that. Check up how good about how Mike is. Man, I'm a Micah fan. I'm a Micah fan these days, big time. This was a horrible season with all the injuries. Yeah. Yeah, no. Rush is not making those big throws. Yeah, Garrett got about double the amount of time that he should have. We were telling Spark, you were here with us. Just like, why is he still here? I'm not there with Mike McCarthy yet because I don't have other options out there. But I wanted Sean Payton before. Yeah, there's something they're not saying when it comes to Diggs because it wasn't he got shut down. We don't remember no injury from Diggs that him limping off the field and like, okay, I can't do this anymore. He got shut down. And he got shut down because he looked bad because of his play. And if that was because of the injury, we did. Yeah, something weird with Diggs. All right, guys, it is almost 6:30. Let me go get the family up. Get everybody ready to go. But hey, there's nothing like a Monday without after winning. And for us to have one of the better playing teams in the league right now, and they can't sit there and laugh at us. They can't even talk about, oh, the Cowboys had a horrible season last year. No, the Cowboys are actually fighting through their injuries and having a decent season. And we're right there on the cusp of making the playoffs. That's the real narrative. All right, guys, I'll see you.